Hello teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel for the second time today, because I've had some bad luck with reacting just recently and I keep messing things up. So I got 25 minutes into my first attempt and then realised that my screen recording was not screen recording. So let's try this again, shall we? Now, as we all know, Foodie promised to fast and then broke a fast. I do like a good old knee-jerk water fast from Foodie, especially in the pre-travelling era, which we know is coming, because the desperation just rings off her, and we all know where it's heading. But the predictability does not dampen the enjoyment in any way. Unfortunately, I knew as she announced this fast that I was not going to have time to cover it, and she probably wasn't going to last until I did. Because I finished school, I'm on vacation, finally on vacation. But Thursday I went to the mall with my friend because she's travelling, well, she actually travelled last night. And then yesterday I was at hers helping her with some last minute things and getting out of my apartment because my cleaner was coming. But it did mean that this morning I woke up, my apartment was clean. I had an everything shower. You know when you do all the things, and I did the good skincare and just took the time. So nice and relaxing, nice and comfortable. Back in the caftan because it's the most comfortable thing I own. All of that stuff. And then I went to record this and realised it wasn't recording and decided to go and lie down instead. But we're back, let's do it. Screen record on.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Welcome to another annoying update. I broke my
You
fast.
said it, not me.
I broke it at around 9:30 p.m. and I've been fasting since Fajr, which was like just after 5.
That's hilarious to me. For a few reasons. One, she's awake all night. So when she said she fasted from Fajr, she literally stopped eating at Fajr, which is early in the morning. But regular fasting during Ramadan, the kind of regular fasting that she says she's been doing every day, runs to about 6:20, 6:30, depending on where you are. So what she actually did after sleeping in the day was last 3 extra hours.
Not even 24 hours, but I did so because I went down for a nap.
Yeah, so
and
you
when
slept.
I woke up, I was not feeling too well. Like I went to go to the washroom and...
Now there are actual legitimate reasons for this that she'll get into, but some of the stuff she says here I feel wasn't focused on enough. Listen to this.
And like I was so dizzy, I was like, my vision was like blurry. I had to like hold the wall so I didn't like fall over. Which I'm kind of used to being dizzy because, you know, like diabetes can make you dizzy, but...
What? What do you mean you're kind of used to being dizzy? She is on a high dose of the medication she takes. Is it metformin? Of the medication she takes for diabetes. You shouldn't feel dizzy, certainly not to the point where you're used to it. If you're not being treated, then I would say dizziness is a cause for concern and you should go speak to somebody about maybe getting treated. But if you're on treatment, what do you mean you're used to being dizzy? Now, could it be that the dizziness isn't to do with the diabetes, it's to do with something else, like the high blood pressure or the number of other things she has? Yes, absolutely. That's the thing with her being a little grab bag of issues. You never know what you're going to get. But I would say either she's used to it, in which case it wouldn't be as much a cause for concern, even though I can't believe you would ever feel that dizzy and not be concerned about it. Or she's not used to it and it was enough to have a break a fast. I'm not sure where we stand. I feel like both are wrong somehow, but I'm not sure where we stand on that.
Yeah, this was like worse. And I tested my blood sugar and all day it was like the same number. It was like 9.2 or something like that. And I was like, how is it not moving at all? Like I haven't eaten, you know? But I didn't take my meds obviously because when I don't eat, can't take.
I didn't take my meds, obviously. I don't know if it's just me, but you just completely coming off your meds for a medical fast. Obvious isn't the word I'd use. Because the key point, I would think, in terms of a medical fast, which is the phrase she used, would be involving a medical professional of some kind, which she does not seem to have done, because no medical professional would have said, you are on a medication that is currently life-saving, because the sugars are so high naturally, naturally isn't the right word, is so high without medication, that you're on this really high dose. So just go cold turkey on that and don't eat. I cannot imagine a doctor okaying that. Most medications you shouldn't go cold turkey on. So no wonder she was having issues.
Metformin, you need to eat with that. So long story short, I've realized that my body is not like it used to be when I did this 5-day water fast before. You know, it
I am still fairly sure that she admitted that she had not done that water fast after all.
was, you know, I'm diabetic now, I have issues with my kidneys, and apparently if you are water fasting, you're releasing toxins. If you're fasting, you're releasing toxins.
I hate lecturer Foodie. I know she has a degree in pseudoscience, but I hate her. You have organs designed to detox you, that is true. When you're losing large amounts of fat, it can have an impact on your body, that's absolutely true. When I was post-surgery initially and I was losing very quickly, it felt a bit like going through puberty again, because you store a lot of hormones in your fat, and when you release it, it floods your body with it, and you just get emotional. And like for the first year after my surgery, like I have quite a short cycle, so excuse the sharing here, you don't need to listen, but I have quite a short cycle, but I went down to having a period every 2 weeks. Like there's lots it can impact. However, remember, above and beyond what she usually does for Ramadan, she basically fasted 3 hours. I would guess the terrible impact she was feeling was the medication, her changing her medication, and I would guess her blood sugar not moving was probably the residual medication still being in her system. Talk about shooting yourself in the foot.
Out of your body at a rapid rate, which can be dangerous for organs like your kidneys and gallbladder. That's why you see on like my 600.
Yeah, I don't think she had enough time for her body to release anything right now. I think she went to sleep, her body went, shit, where's the medicine? And she was feeling bad.
Pound like people who are very morbidly obese and they rapidly lose a lot of weight, they sometimes have to get their gallbladder removed. They get gallstones because your body's processing.
Hasn't she already had her gallbladder removed, or am I confusing her with ALR? Either way, yes, when you release a lot of weight, you're at an increased risk for gallstones, but Foodie was not at that point in the process. Like, all these things that can impact you hadn't been given a chance to impact her.
Seeing too much fat at once and it can't keep up, the gallbladder can't keep up, and the kidneys are the same, right? They're responsible also for filtering your blood from toxins, and as well as the liver. So I just, you know, it's just not a good idea, and I should have realized that before, but I just wanted to try and see how it would go.
Again, if you say you're going to go on a medical fast, include a medical professional. Although at this point, what could they possibly have said to her? Chantal Marie comes in and says, hi there. They look at her, they can see her, they know what she looks like in real life. I want to water fast for 30 days. Not go to the diabetic dietitian, not go to the education class. I want to water fast for 30 days so I can completely cure my diabetes. I'm on however many 1,000 milligrams of metformin because I can't control my blood sugar. So I'm good to start, yeah? If they say no, she'll ignore them. If they give her an alternative, she'll ignore them. If they say yes, they'll probably kill her.
Part of my disorder is wanting to do things drastically, but this was actually different. This was actually not part of a cycle. It was more for medical reasons, because I do believe in the healing properties of fasting, but
she does believe that, and that's been evident through the many fasts she's attempted on her channel. But to say this isn't part of a cycle, she has done this many times. The reason it was predictable is because she's tried exactly this on her channel before while in Kuwait. Remember when she was wearing that flowered prayer thing? She was going to water fast and she couldn't make it because she started feeling ill, and that was before she went on the medication, I think. Now, I would say this is part of more her travel cycle, because right before she travels, she panics about how difficult it's going to be to travel and she tries to do something drastic. But if this was not part of her cycle, we wouldn't have been able to predict it.
The problem is my body's already damaged and I have to take that into account. I'm not just a normal healthy person. And so I broke my fast. I had healthy food. I had some salad. I had hummus. I had some chicken breast. And, I put some lemon on top of the salad, a little bit of olive oil. Honestly, I'm just so exhausted. I'm just like over it. That's what was appealing also about a water fast for me, was that I wouldn't have to think about food or worry about food for.
She wouldn't have to worry about food if she just went to whatever education class she was meant to go to and got a meal plan. She could even just go to the doctor and say, look, I know I'm meant to do XYZ. I'm not very well in control of myself. Could you just give me a very basic follow, paint by numbers, this is your meal plan, and I will just follow it to the letter. Don't second guess it. Don't make it for yourself. You've got nothing to justify. Just you need 200 grams of this, half of this. I have had dietitians give those to me before, like literally just follow it. And it would take all the thought out of food. Now I do realize as I say that if she were capable of just doing it, she would have just done it already. But nevertheless.
A while, but I was just so dizzy. I was getting scared, and I was having some issues. Like I was starting to feel like kind of like a UTI, like coming on, and
I want to know what she means by she felt it coming on. She might tell us, I don't quite remember. But again, 3 hours after normal fasting time. And she claims that she's been able to make the normal fasting times up until now. So what happened in those 3 hours that went so downhill other than her not taking her medicine? And I'm betting she still hasn't spoken to a doctor. She did mention, and I can't remember if she mentions it in this because I didn't get all the way to the end when I was doing this last time. But if you remember, she went to the doctors kind of recently and she ended up coming out and saying, oh, he said it was okay to fast, but keep an eye on the blood sugars. And we took that to mean during Ramadan. But the way she's talking now, like she went to ask him if she could fast fully. And he was like, your sugars, check your sugars. And I think she talks about that a little bit later. So she kind of asked a while ago and he didn't seem thrilled. So she went for it.
I don't know if my kidneys are just like already like having an effect, like it felt kind of like when I was having a kidney infection before. So I have to really be careful with that. And
Wouldn't water be the answer to that though? Flush it out. I also can't remember what other medication she's on because obviously when it came to medication, everything was in balance. So you mess one up, you mess all of them up.
been eaten about half an hour ago. I already feel the dizziness is gone anyways. So I don't know if I was just supposed to push through that, but I didn't want to chance it with my health issues. So
her health issues cannot take the chance, no. I think this was a terrible idea, but also I'm not sure what else she was expecting. Like, of course it was a terrible idea. Of course you were going to feel awful. And even if she hadn't, she's got nothing else filling her life. So all she literally has to do once she's given up food is sit there, think about food and think about whether she's feeling bad or not. And if you've got nothing to distract yourself aside from that, you're just wandering around thinking about the things you could be eating, you're gonna find a reason.
Yeah, I was like, 9 is not too bad for me actually. Like, I know it's higher than the average person. The average person itself should have a blood sugar of 5 with fasting.
Yeah.
Mine was like 9.2.
With fasting and what was left of the metformin in her system.
MMOL. So I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and try to come up with a plan.
You don't need to. Your doctors have given you plans. And I know many doctors have given her plans, but if she's, in as much as she's not going to follow any of them, instead of saying, well, different people have suggested different things, just go with what the doctor you're working with now is suggesting. Because that is the doctor you have right now. There's no need for you to be making your own plans. They can provide you with one. Or they could if you were going to the diabetes education seminar that they asked you to go to months ago at this point.
And just go from there. But I do believe in, healing fasting, and I'm still going to continue to fast for Ramadan. That's about it, I guess. So thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. So this was the next one, morning hangout. It was a live. I haven't really been following the Yo Mama stuff. I know that the channel is gone. I think that people thought it had been deleted, like it had been terminated, and then he had actually closed it himself, and actually he might have been reported. I'm not sure entirely what was happening there, but the channel is down for the moment, as far as I know.
I saw that Strawberries that his channel was gone. That's crazy. Yeah, his channel was terminated apparently. I don't know. I'm just minding my business from now on. Like, staying out of drama. Like, I'm just not.
Bear in mind, she put up a community post later, essentially saying there were times when I found him to be a hypocrite, but in support of him. And I'm like, oh, Foodie supporting your mama. What a shock.
On all counts. What? He kicked a cat? What the fuck? I didn't see that. I don't know, Tracy. Like, I didn't even hear that. What the hell? And then everyone has the nerve to call me an animal abuser around here.
This Foodie fully believes that everyone exists on a scale, and if anyone is below her on the scale of heinous acts, then she is fine, she is a good person. She cannot fathom the idea that just because someone else is bad, she might be bad too. As long as she can point out somebody worse, it's fine.
What the fuck? What the F, sorry. Just Ramadan hours. I don't know. People probably just like striked his channel like a bunch of times. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I woke up and I have no idea what's going on. He had a couple strikes though, I think, already. Oh, he removed his channel? If he's under
Yeah, there was like back and forth. I'm not sure actually what the truth was.
heat for something that disgusting, then that's true. Yeah, that's her. You're welcome here. What the hell?
Yeah. Amber came into chat because Amber needs attention. And now that they're both hating everything, why not team up?
I always go after Becky. Sorry.
See, Amber, we hate the same people.
Honestly, I don't really care about all the drama.
Spoiler alert, it's everyone.
Amber Lane going on in your corner. That's what I say. Like, it's just I can't. So that's why I just stay away from it, you know. Yeah, you're welcome here for sure. But that's awful. Yeah, I'm actually like really grossed out. Like, I have to look up everything that was like I have to see all this. But if you guys are saying that, I believe you. See you.
I don't personally believe she should put that much faith in her chat, but in this case.
One says you're welcome. But I think Garlic Bread is retaliating because he was outed for defending an animal abuser too. He defended J. Flo.
I have
who,
no
like, targeted
idea
his
about
dog.
this.
He apparently defended Michael Vick or something like that. I don't know. This is why I stay away from this shit, like honestly.
She never stays away from this shit. If she was staying away from this shit, she wouldn't be talking about it.
I'm not defending your mama. Trust me, believe me on that, I'm not.
The community post, I believe, is still up.
I just don't feel like talking about trauma this early in the morning. Like, oh my god. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like overwhelming. Yeah, if you kick an animal, like that's just, there's like a special place in hell for people like that.
That's so. No, let's keep listening.
Amber, if you're watching, like honestly, and I'm gonna try to do this too, we should do this challenge together. Like honestly, just like F the haters, man. Just like, who cares? Let them say what they want. Like literally look up on TikTok, a podcast called Let Them. I think on TikTok. Just like, let's just let them talk, man. Who cares? Like at the end of the day, like, you know, like they're never, ever, ever, ever they're always gonna twist shit. They're
Getting back together.
They're always gonna try to villainize us. So let's just be the villains. Let's just be the villains.
Let's just be the villains. Like, what is the drama she has with her own life here? I got this image, given that I've just quoted a Taylor Swift song. You know that old song she has, Bad Blood, where the video is like all like the superheroes going after each other because they betrayed each other. I've got that image in my head right now for the villain era. Like, she has an image of herself, doesn't she?
Do our content, live our life, whatever. You know? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, Amber, ignore everybody the way I do. I'm clearly a great template for this.
And don't look at anything people are saying. Don't watch that Psycho Jordan. Don't watch how many views they're getting.
Again, this coming from Chantal. Chantal, who watches every single person out there, who gets so jealous of reactors that she unmodded one of her mods temporarily because they groveled, but unmodded one of her mods because they told a reactor her boobs were nice. The fun part of this is going to be Foodie explaining how she knows everything that's going on now that Yo Mama isn't there to feed her the information. Because that was always her excuse. I was watching Yo Mama. What defense has she got now?
Don't even watch. Just do your content. Focus on the positive people. And honestly, if you start weeding out your comments, I'm telling you, more positive people will probably come. Probably.
Just follow her example, Amber. Look how great her channel's doing. Clearly, she has the recipe for this down.
Villain reading, yes. Yes, thank you, villain era. Yes.
What the hell is that dance?
Thank you, Amber. I'm telling you, we need to do this because otherwise we just give them what they want. If we come on and we're like defending ourselves, like, no, if you want to call me an animal abuser, who gives a shit? Go ahead.
I don't give a shit. I'll keep calling you one. But could we maybe talk, or rather not talk? Could you maybe look at the mirror, Foodie? How'd you give Amber this advice? Mirror, Foodie.
Okay, my cat is literally sitting here.
Yeah,
spoiled.
Your cat is literally sitting there. Where's your hamster? Where are your other cats? Where are Amber Lynn's other cats? Let's talk about those, shall we? Because I think if we talk about those, we may have some different examples to compare.
You know, like, if people want to accuse you of, I don't even know, whatever, if people, like, if Beck wants to do her dumb little drawings, because you know why she's getting so much clout and attention? Is because, like, they know it's getting to you. That's what they know it's getting to you.
Just one terrible person defending another terrible person. If she doesn't defend Amber, she's maybe got to reflect on herself, and that's not okay. So, you know, no, clearly everything you did was justified. People are just ridiculous.
you know? So just freaking live your life happy. Take your YouTube bucks, live happy with it, live your life.
So we won't be seeing any more rage online from Chantal because she's just going to take her YouTube bucks and live happy with it.
And you know what? I've learned, like, honestly, like...
She's learned. Guys, let's listen.
You're right, Nina, but, like, honestly, like, it's dirty money. Like, it's... Like, I can up my views. Like, look how my, like, when I rage, my views go up to, like, freaking over 1,000 or...
And she continues to rage. And then she continues to back off it and say, I'm not giving anyone any more attention once I've said this, because she can't help but want the last word. And she'll never get the last word because it's the internet. But while we're talking about dirty money, how about the mukbang money? How about you begging people to sponsor a meal because you want to eat and you don't want to pay for it? Let's take a sniff of that. Does that smell like fabric softener? Your life is not exactly linen fresh.
Like, you know, I get, like, more views, not still as many as most drama channels, but I don't want to do that to myself. Like, it's not worth it for me. It's not worth it. Hey, Poetic, scripted, right?
Then why do you do
It's not worth it for me. Even with eating unhealthy, like, I know people probably think that I purposely eat unhealthy just for mukbangs, but the thing is like, when I do the mukbangs, I'm in that part of the cycle where I just want to eat whatever I want and try to...
Bear in mind, she said multiple times, no, when I eat, I was gonna eat anyway. So, you know, mukbangs, they don't encourage my binges. I'm not monetizing my health problems. Really, Foodie?
Justify it, like, you know, I'm struggling, I'm not, you know, that's all I want to do is just eat, so that's what my content is, you know?
Okay, maybe be careful admitting that, because I imagine that it would mean that some of your videos would go against TOS.
So, now I guess I'm in that part where I'm just like, trying to eat healthier. Because I can't totally water fast, like, I can't do it.
No one's asking her to do it, by the way. Like, don't get me wrong, I find it entertaining. But the vast majority of people do not water fast. You can just take a more sensible approach, but for some reason, that is the furthest thing from her mind at any given time. Because if she does something, it has to be extreme. Extreme and fast. There can't be a prolonged effort there.
Look, I know how psycho I sound, how crazy I sound, unwell I sound. And you know what? I am unwell.
You are unwell.
Yeah. You know, there's nothing wrong with being unwell.
Huh?
What's up?
Oh. That was a loud sound effect, but it was appropriate. There is a reason they call it unwell. Is it your fault that you're unwell? No, different people have different things that challenge them. But does that mean that you say, well, I'm unwell, there's nothing I can do, and make no effort to better it? No, it just means that the steps to better it are hard. And you know when her health gets really terrible and she starts praying to God, how many opportunities has she been given? Let's say that God is up there for the sake of the argument, and that they're actively trying to help her. How many opportunities has she had to access help that she's blown off?
Remember I told you a long time ago, I was like, do you know what, in my life, not in my family, not anywhere, I've ever heard a woman fart? And I was like, well, there's a first time for everything, you're welcome.
These are the conversations she has. Ladies and gentlemen, an almost 41-year-old woman.
I wasn't raised, if I was raised in this culture, I would be a different person, 100%, but I'm not.
Okay, but you are now living in this culture, so maybe just try a little harder,
Raised in a household where farts were funny, okay? So, the louder, the better. Crop dust in public? Well, sometimes.
Why are you discussing this, Mariam?
Believe me, other people do it in public too, I can smell it.
I don't need to know that, but also, stop focusing on what other people are doing and focus on yourself. God, I feel like I'm in class.
Why does this eye feel large? It's like I have to pop it back in my head. Ramadan fast, actually, I'm gonna give myself credit. But I usually sleep through the whole day.
Yeah. So as far as I understand the Ramadan fast, like, you're doing it as a type of sacrifice. You want Allah to accept your fast. If you're sleeping through it to avoid the hardship, you're not really fulfilling the thing. Like, yes, you might technically not eat, but you're sort of missing the point.
And lately I haven't been. Like yesterday I was up. Today I'm going to be up, so we'll see how it goes. If I do have to break my fast,
Wait a minute, she said yesterday she took a nap, so she wasn't up.
For some reason, like I'm not feeling well, I just have enough respect to just do it off camera and in my home. Like I don't advertise it on my channel. I don't go in public. Like it's illegal to go in public, but...
Okay, so she has been breaking her fast during the day then. Now, don't get me wrong. The doctors have given her permission and there are medical exemptions to fasting if it's going to be a danger to you. But if we go back to that, then if you can't get through regular fasting, what made you think you were going to get through water fasting?
I'm not going to do it on my channel, you know? out of respect. So water fast, okay. Like I woke up from my
I
nap
take
at,
a
like,
sip of coffee.
around 9 p.m. And like I had to go to the bathroom, but I had like pain, like that burning UTI sensation, like, and sometimes that happens when I'm dehydrated. So even though like I drank water, so then I
But you had been sleeping.
went to get up to go to the bathroom, and I was so dizzy, like my vision was blurry, like I was cross-eyed or something.
And apparently she didn't have electrolytes. I think she said in a I'm going to fast video that she wasn't adding electrolytes in. So she really was just like, fuck you, buddy.
Seeing doubles, and I had to like hold the wall to go to the bathroom, and I'm like, and I felt really sick, really ill. So I just have to accept that I'm not in the same health predicament that I was when I did that 5-day water fast many years ago. You want to see the juice? Oh,
No.
wait.
I take it back, yes. God, Juice just hates her. Just hates her.
Come here.
No, leave her alone. She wants to leave.
Who's this?
Looking for an escape
You
plan.
want to go get the pigeons?
Bite her. Bite her.
Yeah, if I lose all my weight, I would have so much loose skin, but that's okay, I would get it taken off.
Okay, really not the point right now. Focus on losing it first.
I got an email the other day, I think it was another trick. It was from Anime Sucks. It said Anime Sucks, okay? And unblocked me. And because I know Salah wrote it the other day, he was supposed to, so I was like, okay, just send me your channel link.
I mean, this apparently was a troll, but I find it interesting that she would answer Anime Sucks, considering that Salah was not happy about it.
And he sent a link that was a different Anime Sucks. And I was like, this is not the same channel or something. And he's like, oh, well, give me an excuse. And then I started to realize that I clicked another link in an email, so they probably just wanted my IP.
She really doesn't learn, does she? It is around travel time and it worked before, so I guess people just wanted to make sure she was still in Kuwait. But like, why would she trust anything online at this point? I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's the way people should go, but given her history, why would she?
So anyways, because I was gone for a day, they were probably trying to figure out if I was in Canada.
Oh, I don't think she'll go to Canada this time. I'm thinking Malaysia, but we'll see.
If I were in Canada, I could get free diabetes medication, but not here. Sweet Caroline, your accusation of me wearing this just to cover my head and chin makes zero sense. Do you want to know why?
It doesn't make zero sense because even before you were Muslim, you used to use those polo necks.
Because before I became Muslim, I did nothing but show my bald head and chin.
That is true. But you also said you were wearing things to cover up. When you were going to give it up, you said you just want to know how it felt and you were doing it for content. So it's not like there wasn't a history of it.
So if I was so self-conscious about that, like, it doesn't make any sense to you, does it? Like,
and even if it's not the double chin, which might be the point she's making, like, she covered up her double chin pretty quickly the other day when that nice lady tried to tie her hijab in a way that would be cooler for her. She changed things up real fast. So that doesn't suggest a lack of concern with it, but I think it's more her hair than her chin.
hear yourself talk? I didn't think so.
Foodie 3 years ago. Please be one of the clips I was talking about.
I'm probably gonna start wearing hijabs.
Okay.
I know, I wish I had Bisto.
Why?
There's potatoes in. Bisto?
But why hijabs?
Because they cover you pretty well.
I can't believe you think that. Do you hear yourself talk? If anyone ever wonders if we are being overly harsh on Foodie for her gaslighting.
Like, I like having my head covered if I don't have my wigs on. Like,
I'm a wig wearer. I don't blame her for wanting to cover her head. I understand it. I've lived with it myself. But it's okay just to own it.
I'm not the one to talk about being ashamed. I cam up, okay?
So do I, okay?
I cam up.
You come up under about 20 filters, but you do come up.
Like, you can't tell I was joking. How would I be so ashamed if I've only ever showed my bald head? No, Daddy, I bring up the cam up thing when people accuse me of being ashamed of how I look.
Okay, come up without the filters and then talk to us. Don't have a heart attack when someone shows your chin. Or when she was in Thailand, I think it was the first time, and it popped open. And she was like, my chin popped out. And she hasn't been using those magnets since. Explain why you wore the polo up to here. Like, it's okay. It's okay to say, I like how I look better when I cover them. But don't sit there and say, I am so confident, while covering everything you don't like under fabric and 12 filters.
Okay? Especially reaction channels and the audience. Are you not tired of hearing them accuse me of being insecure about my looks?
You're tired of it because you have no defense for it.
When they don't even cam up? Like,
I come
yeah,
up,
it was a joke.
I'll
I was
say
like,
it.
oh, I can hide my head. But you know what? It's a bonus, I guess, for those who care. Oh, God, I love my floor, man. It's the one thing I hate doing the most. I hate window shopping. It just reminds me how middle class I am.
What does that even mean? When she says it reminds me how middle class I am, does she mean she doesn't have the money to buy it? Why is that a middle class thing? Like, being middle class is fine, being working class is fine, but I don't understand her thought process here.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not really big on like things, expensive things.
You were pretty big on expensive things when you could afford expensive things.
He plays video games on his time whenever I'm live or something like that. Like, the
So,
bills don't pay themselves, honey.
what, his video games pay them? No, I don't think so. I think you pay them. That's why you're online. So what's all this shit of, well, the bills don't pay themselves, Salah pays for everything? If you're saying when you're online that's how the bills get paid, that's fine, but you say Salah pays for everything, so he's certainly not earning money from his gaming.
And what do you do with your time? You come and you hate and assume things, so go get a life.
Go get a life. You first, darling.
He pays the rent. Yeah, I'm gonna clean the house. Like, I'd rather him here playing video games than out gallivanting.
I can believe that. And if the deal is he pays the rent and you clean the house, he's getting the raw end of that deal.
I don't feel sleepy. I just feel really like hungry, more than ever.
It's almost like this problem is at least half mental and you should address that first.
Because I didn't eat much yesterday. Bye, guys.
Bye. Okay, now that that is actually recorded, I'm gonna go edit it and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.